Hello, everyone. Welcome. We'll give you just a few moments to settle in before we begin. People are joining us. All right. Well, welcome again. Thank you for being here as we celebrate the 100th volume of the CNU Journal with this special live event. Please feel free to join us in the celebration and contribute to the conversations. Today, you can come off mute, you can be on camera. We will be recording the celebration today, and the recording will be available on our AACRAO webinar archive page, hopefully pretty soon. And without any further ado, I would like to hand it over to Melanie. Thank you, Melanie.
So much, Belma. And thank you, all of you, for being here today to help us celebrate this really important event, the centennial of college and university. This is truly a remarkable milestone, and I'm very honored to be here with all of you, my esteemed colleagues, today. Reflecting on this anniversary and my own AACRAO journey has brought the significance of this particular moment into sharp focus. My path, like so many of yours, has been shaped by the AACRAO community, the questions it grapples with, the knowledge it generates, and the community and mentorship that is formed as we seek to improve the practice of the work that ultimately supports our learners and our deep commitment to access and equity in higher education. It's within this CNU community that AACRAO has thrived for as long as it has. The journal has been a constant throughout my own career, a place to learn from colleagues and to find inspiration in my daily work. It's been a place to talk about the challenges that we collectively face, to learn from our past, and to celebrate the progress that we've made. As we look to the future, I'm committed to ensuring that AACRAO and CNU continue to be platforms where all voices are heard and valued, where we continue to engage and to learn from one another, where we collectively build the knowledge base and practice that strives for a more inclusive and equitable future for our learners, all of our practitioners who serve them, and higher education overall. So thank you. I'm excited to be here, and I will turn it over to Chris.
Thanks, Melanie. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see you. So I'm Dr. Christopher Tremblay, and I'm the editor-in-chief of CNU. And Heather and I are excited to have this moment to share with all of you. I'm going to share just a few slides here as we get started, and then as we conclude today's event, we will be doing a live publish of Volume 100, Issue 1. So as you can see, 2025 is the 100th year for CNU, and so we are celebrating a century of sharing knowledge and best practices. We felt that captures the essence of what the journal is intended to do. And again, thank you, Melanie, for your kind introduction and for supporting CNU as the executive director to make sure that we can continue to share those best practices and knowledge. So our mission of CNU is educating the modern higher education administration professional. And so with every article, with every issue, we are seeking to fulfill that mission. I would like to take this opportunity to salute our CNU colleagues who have joined us on this call, starting with our former editors-in-chief. So we are fortunate that there are 4 of us here in total, including Betty Huff, Louise Lannebacher, and Jeff von Munkwitz-Smith. So thank you for taking time to celebrate this important milestone, and thank you for your contributions during your time leading the journal. We are where we are today because of your expertise, your contributions, and your vision. I'd also like to take this opportunity to salute our colleagues especially someone who I would call an unsung hero, whose work you see, but you never see his face. You never see his name per se in a byline, but that's Jim Graham, who designs each and every issue with such professionalism, creativity, care, and has taken the journal to the next level. And Jim is with us today. And I think this is actually the first time I'm seeing Jim via a face. He's usually just been an email exchange. So again, thank you, Jim, for your contributions over many years. And we cannot wait to see what you're going to do with Volume 100. And of course, I have to take this opportunity to thank Heather Zamar, who tirelessly works on every issue of our journal and other publications at AACRAO. It's been an honor to work with Heather. Especially you all know me, and I always have 8 million ideas. And of course, I had 8 million ideas for how to celebrate CNU 100. I think Heather let me implement 50% of them. But it's been a fun journey to walk down memory lane and also to think about where the journal can go in the next 100 years. So please join me with your reaction, if you can, on your screen with clapping hands to thank Heather for all of her work each and every day, because she's been with AACRAO for more than 2 decades, serving us and creating what we publish 4 times a year. So thank you, Heather. So in the spirit, because I know Stan Henderson, our AACRAO historian, is on this call, of course, we want to do a little bit of a trip down memory lane. So a little bit of CNU history. So the year was 1925 when the journal was born. The first issue was published in July of 1925. And we began as the bulletin of the American Association of Collegiate Registrars, because of course admissions officers had not been added to our name yet. So we were first known as a bulletin, pretty apt for, I guess, a registrar organization, right? Bulletin, catalog, right? It all kind of themes appropriately. And then over the years, you can see one of the earlier kind of covers of the bulletin, and then we were renamed the journal, and then renamed College and University. And obviously we continue to this day to go by CNU for short. So just a few covers from over the different time periods. We've had 16 different editor-in-chiefs over our 100-year history. We've engaged more than 170 editorial board members. In fact, we just completed a compilation of every board member since 1925 and their institutions that they've represented. We've estimated about 7,000 pieces in the 99 years and in counting as we go forward with 100. So now Heather is going to give you a sneak peek of what's coming in our very first issue that's being published live today with Volume 100. Heather.
So today's issue is going to feature, we have 100 pages, 12 articles, and 15 authors featured. Some of the topics include first-generation students and college choice, best practices in the registrar's office, leadership in HBCU's registrar's offices, an article on an online tool to declare student absences. We also have interviews with the former Undersecretary of Education and higher education reporter Eric Hoover. And then, so over this year in the 4 issues, we have slotted a lot of special anniversary content. So you are going to see over these 4 issues reflections written by AACRAO staff and longtime contributors like Stephen Handel, our longtime book reviewer, former editors-in-chief Betty Huff, Louise Lannebacher, and Jeff von Monkwood-Smith have all written pieces, as well as board members, including Sharon Kramer and Monique Snowden. We also have a Then and Now series by Jim Patterson, who is a higher education reporter who is going back and looking at archived issues and discussing, what was going on during certain time periods and then what those issues look like today. We will be featuring a question and answer interview with Jim Graham, our longtime graphic designer. We also have historical articles written by Kimberly Buster Williams, who is writing about higher education in 1925, the first year the journal was published. We also have Stan Henderson, who is writing a piece on the evolution of core competencies with AACRAO. And finally, we have a piece by our editorial board member, Paul Marthers, who is projecting what the next 100 years of higher education might look like. So those are some great pieces that we have coming up. So they'll be spread out across the year. So you'll see those in the next 4 issues.
Great. Thanks, Heather. I also wanted to take this opportunity to just share some of the special elements for the 100th anniversary that we have rolled out and will be rolling out. The first one is we have a special 100 years landing page, and special shout out to the AACRAO comms team for launching this. And so it's a place that allowed us to put some special content out there, and we'll continue to post all 4 issues out here. And in addition, probably our biggest, boldest initiative is that Heather and I have set out to recruit 100 new authors in 100 days. And so we're kicking this off, and it'll continue at the upcoming AACRAO annual meeting. But we would like to get new voices to the table. And so we want to ask all of you to share this with your network. It can be somebody who's never or who might just want to start with a book review. That's how I got started in publishing, although Heather published my first kind of forum piece back in 2006. So that was how I got started. So we're hoping then, as we recruit these 100 authors, that we can publish them over the next few years. So they all will not be featured in volume 100, but we want to cultivate the next generation of authors. And so we are already tracking pretty well. We did a soft launch. Feels like, a typical fundraising campaign, right? So we've got 12 people who have already stepped up to volunteer. So we're 12% the way there. And our plan would be that by the end of the AACRAO annual meeting that we will have exceeded our 100. So we're going to do our next big push at the AACRAO annual meeting. So speaking of that, this is where most of our celebration following today's event will take place. So we're thrilled to share that we will have a special CNU photo booth where you can be featured on the cover of CNU yourself. And have that memento. There'll be lots of balloons and 100-year light up. We'll have a 100-year timeline that is just spectacular that Jim has put together over 4 panels, and it also will feature some of the previous editors-in-chief. And then we also will have cover images for selfies. So we're going to have life-size covers blown up that you can hold and have your choice of. So just a lot of engaging things, some 100th anniversary cupcakes as we celebrate this special moment. In addition, on a practical side, Heather and I thought it was important to complete our digital archive. So right now our digital archives goes back to volume, I think, 43, but that project had stalled along the way, and Heather and I reignited it. And so the rest of the issues are being digitized as we speak. And I actually helped find 5 of the missing volumes at my own institution in our library, and they delivered them to my office. So Heather and I are coordinating how we're going to do that. So the power of our own institutions, right, sometimes to our rescue. But not only will they be digitized, but kudos to the AACRAO comms team who has created an archive AI research tool. So more to come on this, because right now members can search through the 2010s and the 2020s, but as the rest get digitized, you'll be able to put in some keywords in hopes of finding articles that, again, over the 199-year history would be more accessible to our members. So more to come on that, but we're excited about that new effort. So with that, I'm going to turn things over to Heather and stop sharing my screen because it's time to publish volume 100 live here at 2:15 on February 25th. So take it away, Heather.
Okay, so you are looking at, if you can see this, you're looking at the back end of our website. So this is where we will hit the publish button. So this is the table of contents of the articles that are in here and the PDF. And so I am going to, while you're all watching, hit publish. And we're going to hope this goes as quickly as it should.
Look at that. Okay, here goes the
then-
preview.
Yeah, and then let's put the
Drum
preview up.
roll. There it is.
There we
Volume
go.
100, issue 1.
And you'll see we have a special cover that Jim designed. So it has our CNU 100 logo on it and some extra color. And there we go.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Heather. And thank you to all of you who have been a part of CNU, whether you are an author, editorial board member, designer, a reader, a user of all of this research. We are thrilled to continue to bring you good quality articles and research that helps us do our work even better. So I think with that, you are welcome to hang on as long as you want, but we also want to give an opportunity if anybody wants to unmute and say a couple of words. Stan, just like 5 minutes, no more. Just kidding.
I would only say, Christopher, I was not present when the volume #1 was published. Many people
All right.
might think that, but I was not. But I do have, and I will also say this, in my back room, one of the 23 boxes that I brought home, not boxes, bankers boxes, I have all of the orange covers from 1971, I think, until we went to the pink cover. So historically, I'm just sitting pretty, but this was an incredibly great event. Thank you so much for putting this together, inviting all of us. How meaningful to celebrate something like CNU at 100. It really was great. Kudos to everybody that was involved in putting this on. I'm just over the moon enjoying this so much. It was so great. Thank you.
Thanks, Stan.
Very exciting, and just a light remark that the only thing missing, it was a great sort of pushing the live, but the only thing missing was the Brent Musburger "You're Looking Live," if you remember from college football. So good job though, Heather and Christopher.
Thanks, Paul.
I'll just say that it was such a privilege for those of us who were editors in chiefs. It's changed a little over time, but none of us could have done anything without the AACRAO office and all the staff that worked so hard and all the wonderful people who contributed. You know, it was more just sort of being the person who puts the cake in the oven, you know, and so kudos to all the past authors and to all the past and current AACRAO office people.
Thanks, Betty.
Love the cover, Christopher. It's great.
Thanks, Betty. It's Jim. Jim does such a good job, and kudos to Jim for designing our 100th logo. And for those of you that can't see, I actually had the logo made into a bow tie, kind of somewhat as a tribute to Jeff, right? My previous editor who I followed. So it'll make its second appearance at the AACRAO annual meeting, of course. So. And actually, Heather and Belma, I think, are also wearing the CNU 100 t-shirts proudly. So we've got quite a bit of swag, more swag to come at the annual meeting. So. All All right, any other final comments before we wrap up?
Great job, everyone who was involved in putting the 100th together. And it was great being involved with CNU, and I look forward to seeing the 100th year. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it to the annual meeting, but I'll be with all of you in spirit.
Thanks,
So
Jeff.
thank
We
you
will definitely
again.
miss you. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks, everyone. I was saying at the beginning that it was such a pleasure to get to reconnect with Jeff and Louise and Betty and all of you who have contributed. I see so many authors on here, so thank you so much. And thank you for all of the emails you got about collecting headshots and biographies and all of those little things that you sent us so we could put some nice things together. So I appreciate all of that as well.
Thanks, Heather. Well, with that, I'll be respectful of everyone's time. Thank you again for being a part of today's event. We'll see some of you in Seattle at the end of next month. And I hope the first thing you do when you log off today is go check out the first issue of Volume 1. It's now published and out there. Just head to the AACRAO website, log in, and you can start digesting it. So thank you and have a great rest of the day.